So today we'll be talking about one of the major economic challenges faced in India, that is unemployment and jobless growth in India, its challenges and its solutions. Despite the rapid GDP growth, India faces rising unemployment, especially among the youth. The periodic labor force survey of 22-23 shows that job creation has not kept pace with economic expansion. Growth has been concentrated in capital intensive sectors like IT, financial services, which generate a very fewer jobs. The informal sectors, which employ nearly 80% of the workforce, has been hit hard by the policy disruptions such as demonetization, GST, and COVID-19. Rural distress worsens the problem with 43% of the workforce still dependent on agriculture, contributing to only 18% of the GDP, leading to disguised unemployment. Now, what could be the cause of this unemployment? So, first is industry driving India's growth, such as IT, banking, and automation driven manufacturing, are not labor intensive, leaving millions of workforce unemployed. Unlike China, which relied on manufacturing for unemployment, India has not sufficiently developed labor intensive industries. Also, most of the India's workforce is in the informal sectors, which lack job security. Demonetization and GST compliance cost forced many small businesses to shut down. The COVID-19 lockdown further devastated the employment, leading to mass migration from cities back to the villages. Also, India produces millions of graduates annually, but many lack a lack of industry-relevant skills. Programs like Skill India and PMKVY have made a little impact, but due to its outdated curricula and weak implementation, it has not been very much effective. So what could be the solutions? So solutions could be that the industry like textile, leather, electronics assembly, and food processing should be prioritized. Strengthening Make in India, easing the business regulation, and expanding the SEZs will boost the job creation. Further, skill programs should be updated to match the industry needs and integrate apprenticeships. Technical education, vocational training, and digital literacy should be extended. Invest in roads, railways, and smart cities and housing can create millions of jobs. Agriculture modernization, food processing, and rural employment schemes such like MNREGA should be strengthened. Now, talking about their implementation. So, in the short run, the ease of doing business, improving skill programs, and support gig economic jobs should be done. In the medium term, the expansion of labor intensive manufacturing, improving education industry alignment, and investment in the rural infrastructure should be done. And for the long term, the large scale industry expansion, policy stability, and balancing automation with job creation should be done by the government. Now, talking about the barriers to implementation of such policies could be bureaucratic inefficiency, policy instability, and rigid labor laws, and poor infrastructure. India must overcome these hurdles to ensure long-term employment growth. In conclusion, India must act swiftly to turn its young force into an economic advantage. A multi-pronged strategy, manufacturing growth, skill development, entrepreneurship, rural development, and infrastructure is crucial. If executed effectively, India can build an inclusive, sustainable economy with ample of good opportunities. So this was a short video on the major economic problem faced by India, what could be done, and the conclusion. So that's all. Thank you.